Well, hello there. Welcome back to Acadian Comics. I'm your host, James Fondren, and today we're going to take a look at new comics that came out today. Today is New Comics Day. It is Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. So without further delay, let's get it. Let's dive right in. So I know that I've been critical of Blood Hunt in the past, but I do like the main storyline, and I actually I like Amazing Spider-Man in this. I picked up number 1, but anyway, this is Blood Hunt number 3 of 5, so we're almost through the series here of this run, and I got 2 copies of this, so we're going to save that other copy, and I'm just going to keep it in the plastic bag. But basically they told me there was only 1 copy per customer, so they had to sign me out of my account, and then they sold me out of the one over there at Midtown Comics, so thank you guys for doing that. Put this over here. But I came to the conclusion, if you can go check and see the kind of the red band versus the regular video, I have that here on the channel to kind of show you the differences. And in my humble opinion, the red band version is better, has better art. I like the, if you're going to deal with dark things like vampires, you want to see blood, you want to see some of that. It's not needless violence really, but it's within context. You're dealing with, this is a horror, sort of a horror genre. This is a superhero take on the horror genre, so we might as well see it all in all of its glory and splendor. So I'm going to go ahead and open the first one here, and as I normally do in my normal practice, I will put the other comics to the side, and we'll get to those in a minute. So let's take a look. I'm going to get this open here, and no, I'm not using my trusty letter opener. I don't want to damage the comic. But I guess this will be my reading copy, and then the other one will be my, collector copy. All right. Get that out of here. So yeah, this is part 3. The Impossible City. Look, it's a Scarlet Witch. Pretty cool. Miles Morales, Vision. Looks like they got him under control. They got old Miles under control there. Now he's got fangs. Look at the Avengers here. Yeah, so, oh wow, like it's like hell on earth basically. And then I don't know how I feel about this AVA, Aliens vs. Avengers. It's coming out in July. What kind of schlock is this going to be? I don't know. Okay, I'll bite. I'll get the first one. Damn it. All right. But anyway, that's Blood Hunt number 3. Okay. And then I also picked up Amazing Spider-Man number 2, Blood Hunt 2 of 3. So some of these tie-in books I'm interested in. Some of them I'm going to skip, but this is an okay story with Morbius and Spider-Man and the Lizard and this chick. I don't know who she is, but anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna read that. So that's Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt number 2 of 3. Oh, and I picked up issue number 2 of Monolith. So this is a 3-issue run of this is a 3-issue story. I like the first issue. Got monsters in space. I really like some of these layouts. It's got this really nice science fiction feel to it, and I like the art style. I do. I dig it. It's very painted looking, and you see kind of the quality on the page. This is good art. I like it. I like what they've done here. I like that this was drawn, they drew all this. And you could tell it was drawn. So anyway, that's Monolith 2 of 3. Now, I'm going to spend some time on this one real quick. Geiger, number 3. This is volume 2 of Geiger in the Ghost Machine unnamed run here. And I got these 2 different covers. But I think this is my favorite. This issue of Geiger so far is my favorite issue. And the last issue I was kind of meh. disappointed. And for me, Rook Exodus is like the best book in this kind of collection of books in Ghost Machine. But I really liked this issue, and there's some spoilers in here. So look, Junkyard Joe's back. But anyway, so they go to the library because Geiger has this book that got burned, that he burned in a fit of rage. He burned his own book that he was holding. And I really like the art by Gary Frank, Jason Fabok. I really like their art styles. I would love to be able to draw like this. This is something I would really like to be able to do one day. But anyway, this whole idea of the end of the world and what's the place that's going to be empty with no people in it? The library. Because why? Because people didn't put an importance and emphasis on knowledge before the end of the world, and so that knowledge is still there, but it is nobody is drinking deeply from the Pierian spring, if you will. So this Knight character, he is a dullard. Okay, he's a total dullard, and he just doesn't understand the relevance of the books. Now Geiger, I'm getting into some spoilers here, so if you want to skip ahead, you can. I'm just going to not show the rest of the book, but Geiger, basically, his escape from his reality is his books. Kind of like how our escape from reality is comic books or films or whatever. Sometimes you want to get away from things and kind of look at allegories to try to digest your own situation and our own collective consciousness and our reality. But the fact of the matter is that Geiger likes to read books because it reminds him of a time where reading books was encouraged. Reading books was something that he did with his family, and books were abundant in his household, and they were held in high regard and importance, and knowledge was held in high regard and importance. So I like that the hero, you see how he's trying to hold up the bookcase. It's like human knowledge and consciousness is like on his back. It's like the knowledge of the world is on my back. No one is going to carry what I know, and nobody's going to drink of this Pierian spring and get this knowledge anymore because it's the wasteland and basically humanity is extincting itself. So that's kind of the whole thing, and I really, just the emphasis on how important reading a book was, and then compared to that Knight character who's, like I said, a complete and total dullard, that's a lot of books, My mom mentioned she was a teacher. I mentioned she was a teacher in Dayton, Ohio. She used to take me to the town library every Friday. She'd bribe me with a sundae over at the ice cream shop next door if I picked out 3 books to read over the weekend. I'd walk around and pretend to be choosy, but all I did was stall for a bit and then pull a book off the shelf. Even if it threatened to melt my skull, I couldn't recall a single one of them. That's kind of where we are, isn't it? And it's sad. It's sad. And, Geiger's he's like the last bit of, because no one wants books. No one cares about libraries anymore. Every place in the world has been picked clean of everything by scavengers except libraries. No one cares about libraries anymore. No, because nobody wants books. And you see, that's such a, that idea, that mindset, that worldview, I think it's more prevalent than you think it is. And, just look at the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? People talk about that. People think they know more than they actually do. So I was really pleasantly surprised with this one, and to me personally, and I read the first. I haven't read Ground Zero, but I read the first volume of Geiger, and I'm working my way through volume 2 of Geiger in this run here, and it's nice to be able to pick it up at the comic book shop as it comes out. It's like it's Christmas every Wednesday, but this was my favorite one. This and just for this issue alone, this was probably one of my. This goes up with one of my favorite comics of 2024. This issue number 3 of Geiger. So you got Dino King is like really up there. It might be number 1. Geiger might be a close number 2. So because it makes you think, it's not just mindless schlock on the page. Okay, so that's Geiger issue number 3, Geiger volume 2 issue number 3. So I did say I was not going to pull any other of these tie-ins, but I kind of saw this cover and I thought, all right, Wolverine. I mean, I'll check it out. Wolverine versus vampires. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some serious ass kicking going on around here. So here he is. The whole world's gone straight to hell. Sky goes black. Eclipse for end times. He's got his beer. And then look, these vampires. You know what this reminds me of? There's the Ethan Hawke movie where he is where the vampires are like militarized and everything, and yeah. And Ethan Hawke is a vampire, and you know the whole world has become vampires. So this kind of reminds me of that. I like how they went with the old style, the brown and yellow. This ain't my friend. I already know the answer. Yeah, who's we, bub? I already know the answer. National Guard, military police, vampires. Shink. So, look at that. There's some good action in here, man. He's kicking some ass. Oh, they're like using some kind of like energy weapon on him. What? Look at this. This is a great panel. Look at this. Look at Logan. He's on fire. Nice. Luis. She's a vampire? Alright, I can't spoil this whole thing. Yeah, this is straight out of that movie. I'm telling you, this is straight out of the movie with Ethan Hawke. Straight out of that movie. I gotta find it. Let's see. I know people are probably screaming it right now. It is Daybreakers. Yes, that's it. Daybreakers. So this reminds me so much of like Daybreakers. It's like, I can tell you these sequences with the soldiers, straight out of Daybreakers. If you haven't seen that movie, you like vampire movies, check that out. Daybreakers with Ethan Hawke. Sam Neill's in it. Willem Dafoe is in it. I like Daybreakers. So that's it. That's it for this week's edition. And then obviously that you got the comic book shop news little thing here. I pick this up every once in a while. I'll take a look at it. They got something on Godzilla. Oh, this was Godzilla -1 right here. What a great movie. That was Godzilla -1. That and Oppenheimer. Movies of the year 2023 for me. Yeah. Fallout board game. The Rocketeer breaks free. The Rocketeer. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. That's this episode of Comics Haul. I believe this is Comics Haul number 12. So I hope you're enjoying this series. I'll keep it going. I can't wait to get the next issue of Rook Exodus. I believe that's coming out in a week or so. But that's it for this edition, this episode. If you haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you right here next time at Acadian Comics. Bye for now.